everybody, once again. Welcome to Bobcat Corner. I am your host, Stephen Vitz, and tonight, because I'm recording this tonight, I am going to just go through another part of the Ohio Bobcats football team. Back on episode 5, I talked a little bit about the head coach, Tim Albin, and in this episode, I'm going to be resuming the Ohio Bobcats football team focus. Going to be resuming that with the quarterback position. And as you guys know, if you've watched football for any length of time, you would know that the quarterback position is by far the most important position on the team. Now, you can make a case for a few other positions being very, very important. And for those positions, they are important. But in the game of American football, guys, if you don't have a competent quarterback leading your team, chances are you're going to have a long day on the football field. Let's just say that. But anyway, I've been spending some time lately trying to evaluate the roster of players that the Ohio Bobcats are are supposedly going to have. Um, that is, of course, unless there's anything going on with transfers or anything of that sort. But I want to focus on two quarterbacks in particular that are on the Bobcats roster right now. And it seems as though we're going to have ourselves a quarterback competition to determine who really is going to be the starter for the Ohio Bobcats going forward into the 2024 season. And before I get into that, I want to basically give you guys a rundown of just my opinion. This is just my opinion of what does it take to have a competent quarterback leading your football team. And basically, I'm just going to break it down in like brief descriptions here. I I believe there are like three big components that you need to have on your football team in a quarterback. That's really important because if your starting quarterback does not have this, then you're going to be in a tough spot. Let's just say that. So, the first component in having a competent and reliable starting quarterback is pocket presence. Now, this does not depend on whether or not your quarterback is a mobile quarterback, if he has a good set of feet or not. Um, Regardless of whether your quarterback can run or if he's just more of a stand back and pass kind of quarterback. Regardless, your starting quarterback has got to have a pocket presence. He's got to have some sort of pocket presence back there. And it just doesn't matter what the opposing defense is doing throughout the course of a game. Doesn't matter how much pressure they're bringing up front, trying to get past the offensive line, trying to attack the quarterback. Your quarterback has got to have that pocket presence, got to have that awareness, and really just has to have that. Just has to have that measure of resolve to just make those decisions in the pocket when the time calls for it. So that's one thing. The second thing, the second big component of a good starting quarterback, in my opinion, is the ability to read defenses. As I just mentioned a minute ago, you know, no matter what defenses are bringing, no matter what kind of blitz packages they're bringing, or special coverages like cover two, Tampa two, or whatever that is, you know, your quarterback has to have the intelligence to know what the defense is going to bring. The ability to read defenses is critical. Doesn't matter, what school you go to. Doesn't matter if it's G5 or Power 5, Power 2, whatever. Your quarterback has got to have that ability to read defenses. And if your quarterback senses that the opposing defense is going to blitz and blitz heavy at that, there has to be that ability for your quarterback to say, okay, I'm going to call an audible here. at the line of scrimmage so I can change out of a play that the defense is probably preparing for. Your quarterback has got to have that kind of intelligence. And third, last of all, the third main component that your starting quarterback has to have is leadership. On the sidelines, of course, but also during the course of a game, your quarterback has got to have the leadership quality that the rest of your team can rally around. Your quarterback has obviously got to have physical strength, and your quarterback has got to have that mental strength, the mental toughness to basically help will the rest of the team on throughout the course of a game. Those are three vital components that your starting quarterback needs to have if he's going to be successful in college football. And I'm not even talking about NFL. I'm just talking about college football. So, just three things to remember. So, enough about that. Let's just get to the evaluations of the two Bobcat quarterbacks that we have. And it seems like it's going to be a quarterback battle between these two guys. They're both seniors. So, barring anything unusual happening, this is probably going to be both their last seasons in college football, but we'll see. The two quarterbacks I want to talk about on the Ohio Bobcats roster would be CJ Harris and Parker Navarro. Now, both these guys, you know, by all intents and purposes, for the most part, they are unknown commodities. Uh, they've gotten some reps, they've gotten some playing time, and they've been able to show off what they can do. And I do believe that both their skill sets, are very promising. I do believe that they're worth looking into as quarterback prospects going forward in the future. And as for right now, in 2024, um, if you were to ask me which starting quarterback of these two should be leading the Ohio Bobcats, well, obviously that's not my decision to make. That's going to be up to head coach Tim Albin. And spring football is just around the corner, of course, so we're going to find out soon enough, I suppose. But I want to go through these stats real fast just so you guys can go through them yourselves. And I will link these things so you guys can evaluate the stats for yourselves. And let's start with CJ Harris. He's a senior. He's 6'4", 220 pounds, and he's had some experience, playing, for the Bobcats. 2020, not much, but 2022 and 2023, he has seen some playing time. When it comes to passing, strictly passing, because we're talking about quarterbacks here, CJ Harris completed 52 out of 97 pass attempts in 2022 with a completion percentage of 53.6 for 577 yards. The average was 5.9. Um, he passed for three touchdowns and one interception. Uh, and for 2023, he completed 25 out of 49 attempts for a completion percentage of 51% for 248 yards, two touchdowns, three interceptions. And rushing, it seems to be more of his strong suit as far as skills go, especially 2022. He broke out to 168 rushing yards. And when you check out his game log here, and I know I'm checking out the ESPN page. You know how I feel about ESPN, but yeah, the game log in 2023, CJ Harris saw some playing time, both against Long Island University, that's FCS level play, and also a game against San Diego State. And that was the opening game of 2023, the regular season there. He completed 18 of 41 for 204 yards, 43.9 completion percentage, one touchdown, three interceptions. Now, granted, that was at a time when San Diego State was hitting a high just to start out, but of course San Diego State really fell down. But anyway, That's CJ Harris with his stats. Now I'm going to switch over to Parker Navarro. Now, Parker Navarro, he didn't start out with Ohio. He started out with UCF, University of Central Florida. That was in 2021. And he transferred to Ohio uh, to get more playing time. So in 2022 and 2023, Parker Navarro, he's been with the Ohio Bobcats. In 2022, he completed just 5 of 12 for a completion percentage of 41.7 for 43 yards. And 2023 saw a little bit more playing time, completed 18 of 26 for a completion percentage of 69.2. And hold on, he completed 18 of 26 for a completion percentage of 69.2 for 185 yards. And checking out his game log, Parker Navarro's game log. Yeah, Parker Navarro, he obviously showed up and played in the Myrtle Beach Bowl, and that was because Curtis Rourke, the original starting quarterback last year, he sat out this game for obvious reasons. So there you guys have it. I will link you guys to the stats pages of both CJ Harris and Parker Navarro. And if you guys are willing to, just let me know what you think of these guys. Any information that you have on these guys, CJ Harris and Parker Navarro, uh, please let me know. Please give me comments down below this video. I would like to start a conversation on, Bobcats players. If you guys are interested in that, um, I'd like to get more background, on players and where they've been and how they've gotten to this point as athletes. So yeah, this is going to be a short one. Uh, these kinds of videos are going to be more like evaluation videos of the roster. So this is what you're going to be expecting more and more a little bit as we go through this spring season. Next up is going to be the offensive line. Not in this video, but it will be next up because I believe the offensive line is a very critical part of the football team. If you don't have a good offensive line, you're not going to win many games. That is all there is to it. But I'm going to save that for another video. If you guys like this video and other content that I've made, just provide likes, subscribe, and give me comments down below. I appreciate any and all feedback. Hope you guys have a good day. Take care. Bye.